Everyone raves about living in Fort Lauderdale and on Las Olas, but no one really tells you the truth about it and honestly where you should even live. But in this video, we're gonna explore it in the best way I know possible, on the back of a truck. So what we're gonna do in this video is we're gonna go ahead and explore Fort Lauderdale and Las Olas from a bird's eye view. But before we do that and go and explore Fort Lauderdale and Las Olas, if you or anyone you know are looking to buy, sell, or invest anywhere here in Fort Lauderdale or South Florida in general, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. We've helped hundreds of families just like you make the move to Fort Lauderdale and even South Florida. So whatever we can do to help you, you can call us, email, text us, whatever's easiest for you, we got you. Now you're probably wondering, what is the hype about living on Las Olas? Well, for starters, Las Olas is where all the action is here in Fort Lauderdale. It's right next to downtown. You have the office buildings, you have the beach not too far away, and it's on the water. So you can go and enjoy the river walk, you can go for a walk up and down Las Olas, you can go and grab a bite to eat at some of our great restaurants like that Idlewyld, El Camino, which is one of my personal favorites, Moxie's, grab also a nice cocktail there, and even try some of our newer restaurants like that of Catch and Cut, Earl's, 60 Vines, and even Timber, which some people are raving about. I haven't been yet, but once I do, I'll let you guys know. Now on the western side of Las Olas, you will find more of like the downtown type scene with some high-rise office buildings, condos, as well as some apartments, along with a lot of the nightlife like the Wharf, Moxie's, and even the Riverwalk. Now if you want to live on Las Olas, there's really two main options. Right now, number one, which is already built, 100 Las Olas, which was named one of the most luxurious buildings. And this building coming right behind me, which is Andare, which is going to be a brand new luxury condo coming directly to Las Olas, catty corner to the Cheesecake Factory. And it's being designed by Panini Farina, you know, the people who helped design Ferrari. It's going to feature 163 units ranging from 2 bedrooms all the way up to 4 bedroom units, and they're all going to be flow-through units. So you'll have western exposure as well as eastern exposure, and all of them will have views of the water. On top of that, there's going to be 3 floors of amenity space with over 35,000 square feet of both indoor and outdoor area. Rooftop, you're going to have a rooftop pool and cabanas. The 11th floor is going to be like a live, work, play atmosphere with office space, the club room, the lounge, all that. And then the 10th floor, where I'd probably spend most of my time, is the wellness floor, where you'll have a state-of-the-art fitness center, the spa, the sauna, treatment rooms, and you're also going to be within walking distance to the new Equinox coming to Fort Lauderdale. Best part is, prices start in the low $2 million range. So if you want more information on that project or any other project coming to Fort Lauderdale, shoot me an email. I got you guys. But now let's talk about the rest of living on Fort Lauderdale. Well, I really meant living on Las Olas. So as you work our way east on Las Olas, you'll see as we go further east, there's a lot more shops, boutiques, as well as restaurants and places to grab a drink, along with quite a few donut shops, oddly enough. And more of the residential neighborhoods are further east because we are on the water as we do work our way towards both the Intracoastal and the beach. Now, if you want to live in a true neighborhood in Las Olas, the first one has to be Kohley Hammock. Now, Kohley Hammock does have some parts of it on the water, as well as some parts of it that are actually north of Las Olas. So it's a mix of single family homes, townhomes, as well as some condos. So you can be in Kohley Hammock under $1 million, and then you can be upwards from there, especially if you live on the water in some of these homes. Plus, you're within walking distance to Las Olas. There's also Kohley Hammock Park within the neighborhood, which is really nice. But honestly, if I lived in Kohley Hammock, I'd want to live on the south side where all the single family homes are. But I'm also biased. I like the single family home aspect of things. I like being able to walk out to my garage, have the cars out front. Goal is to eventually have that bad boy, a 911, as well as a Raptor R. So first up, we're on Las Olas Isles, which is where everyone thinks all of the isles are. So it's actually the first set of isles on the right-hand side of Las Olas. I had to think about that for a second. But as you can see, this is so much better. We can actually see what's going on. You can see all the boats over there as well. But Las Olas Isles is probably one of the premier places to live in all of Las Olas. Number one, because it's all deep water access, which is really nice. You have no fixed bridges, and you have the walkability. But let's kind of see the differences between Las Olas Isles, Nurmi Isles, 7 Isles, Idlewild, Riviera Isles, and we'll talk about each one of them. So one of the big things about Las Olas Isles is you will see it's mostly single family homes on this side of it, a lot of new builds, new construction homes, along with some Spanish style ones as well. While when you get into some other ones like Hendricks and Venice Isles, for example, there are some condos and townhome options. Now, price point wise for Las Olas Isles, we're looking at it right around, $4 or $5 million to start, and then upwards of $12 million plus. But as you can see, it is a lot larger of homes here on Las Olas Isles. You can kind of see behind me there, especially when you start to get onto some of these point lots. Number one, they're a lot larger lots, a lot larger homes, and you're pretty much directly right out there on the intercoastal. Now we're heading a little bit further east and we're going to check out Riviera Isles, which is also all on the water, and a little bit just north of Riviera Isles is some condo options, but all the single family homes are back in here. Now, one thing about Riviera Isles is it is only 3 fingers compared to that of Las Olas Isles, which it seems like is pretty much the bulk of it on the south side of Las Olas. But for home prices in Riviera Isles, you do range from about $2.5, $3 million to upwards of $20 million. And it is mostly for the proximity to both the intercoastal as well as the beach. One thing that is nice about Riviera Isles, besides for the gate, is this median area where they do have some trees. But one kicker to that is there's not a whole lot of street parking. As you notice, if you can't fit in your driveway and you have guests over, there really isn't a good place for them to park. So that is one thing to keep in mind. And now we're in Idlewyld, which is probably my favorite of all the neighborhoods right here on Las Olas. I like it because you're technically not waterfront. You do have the water right across from your home, but it's not in your backyard, so it's a little bit different, number one. Number two, you are directly on the intercoastal, which is really nice. And I do feel like you get a little bit larger of a home. Plus, within the neighborhood, there's actually homes that aren't even on the water. So you can be in Idlewyld right around $2.5, $3 million. And then you can go upwards of right around $30 million. So there's a lot of differences or a lot of different options within the neighborhood that's nice. But I mean, look at that. You can't beat that view. It's so much better than looking at another house in your backyard. As you can see by all these yachts in the back of me, this is exactly why Fort Lauderdale is known as the yachting capital of the world, with the most in-water yachts in the entire world. On top of that, we also have the largest in-water boat show in the entire world, and we are also nicknamed the Venice of America, with over 300 miles of inland waterways and canals to go and explore. So as you can tell, living on the water and waterfront lifestyle is a huge part of life here in Fort Lauderdale. Fun fact, this is much better to drive than to walk or run. I remember when I was training for my marathon, I would run that bridge right back there, the Las Olas Bridge, as well as that 17th Street Bridge. Let me tell you, the Las Olas Bridge was nothing compared to that 17th Street one. That one sucked. Now welcome to Seven Isles, which we are now on the north side of Las Olas, and very similar to both Riviera Isles and Idlewild, it's also a gated community, and it's probably one of the more sought after ones as well, because you are pretty close here to the intercoastal, the other fingers. You have much wider canals, as you can see, than some of the other isles, which is a nice thing, especially if you have a larger boat, because there is the 30% rule. So if you have a vessel that takes up more than 30% of the canal width, you can't keep it in your backyard. And while we're on that topic, we might as well talk about these setbacks. So we're not talking about these setbacks for your house, we're talking about these setbacks for your boat. Setbacks are usually between 5 to 10 feet on either side. So let's say you have a 100-foot dock. At most, you can have an 80-foot boat, so about 10 feet on either side. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. Don't worry, when I eventually get my 65-foot Sueños, I will make sure that we have enough dock space. Now, in terms of price point for Seven Isles, you can be in here right around $4 or $5 million. Now, you can also have one of the couple of homes that are actually not on the water, and you can get in under that price point, but we do go upwards from there to about $40 million, I think is the most expensive listing right now in Seven Isles. Now we're on to our next set of isles, and that's Nurmi Isles, which I will say is very similar in feel to that of Las Olas Isles, but we're actually on the north side now, just a little bit west of Seven Isles. Now, in terms of price point in here, you're right around $5 to $6 million, upwards of around $11 million. Still some wide canals, deep water access, which is a huge point, but you're just a little bit further off the intercoastal. And one thing you will notice about living on Las Olas pretty much anywhere is that a lot of people actually choose to get around by golf cart, whether they own their own and drive it around because it's much easier to park, or they actually just take a ride on the ones going up and down Las Olas that actually take you all the way down to the beach. It's actually a fun way to get around, and it's so much easier than trying to park a car. I mean, imagine trying to park this truck in a little tiny parking spot. Yeah, that's difficult, but getting around in a golf cart, kind of fun. It makes you feel like you're on vacation when you're really just at home. And last but not least, we're on Hendricks and Venice Isle. As you can tell, it's a little bit different because this is the only isle with condos and townhomes on it. Yes, they are all still waterfront, and they actually have a nice entry price point. You can get in as low as $330,000. They do go upwards from there of about $4 to $5 million, but your median's right around $2 million. Now I know what you're thinking, oh, it's the most affordable, it's probably the worst one. Actually, it's got the best proximity to Las Olas and downtown. So if being around, like living on the water, but also being within walking distance to shops, restaurants, nightlife is your thing, then Hendricks and Venice Isle might be the spot for you. So now we're on the east end of Las Olas. So we have the beach down there, we have Las Olas Oceanside Park, we have Elbow Room over here, we also have the new Las Olas Marina down here, which does have Ocean Prime, which I believe should be opening either this week or next week. And I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Living this close to the beach does sound really nice, right? Most locals don't even go to the beach. Most of us locals would much rather be out on a boat because there's, number one, a whole lot less tourists. Number two, you get to go and explore. Number three, who doesn't want to be out on a boat? But if you do want to live on the beach, this building right behind me is actually our newest beachfront condo here in Fort Lauderdale that's actually already built or being built, and that's Seline. And if you want to live in Seline or you want more information on any of the other new condos coming to Fort Lauderdale Beach, shoot me an email, I got you. Honestly, quarterdeck is pretty good. This location and the one on 17th Street, you have to go get the mahi fingers, you won't regret it. It's right up there with Flanagan's. I know Flanagan's is a South Florida staple, but those are probably our top two sports bars, and honestly, that one doesn't get too busy for being where it is. Well, let me know in the comments, is Las Olas the best place to live in all of Fort Lauderdale, or is there somewhere better? Let me know down below. And if you or anyone you know are looking to buy, sell, or even invest in Las Olas, Fort Lauderdale, or anywhere here in South Florida, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. You can call us, email, text us, whatever's easiest for you, we got you.